Hey friends, it's Justin Bevins, and today I want to talk about instant online home valuations. Are they accurate, and can you depend on them to give you a reliable estimate of what your home is worth? Now, you've probably seen or used some of these tools online. For instance, Zillow has their Zestimate when you put in a property address. Redfin would give you an estimate if you put in a property address. And lots of real estate agents have instant online home valuation websites. I have a couple of those myself. And all these websites do is just take data from homes that have recently sold around your home or around the address that you put in. And they look at a number of factors like the age of the home, maybe the square footage, and other data points to come up with an average of what homes are worth, and then they give you a value for what they think your home is worth. Now, what they can't do is they can't take into account things that you might have done to the home to upgrade it. They can't take into account the condition of the homes, and they certainly, things like solar panels, swimming pools, they don't know how to give you a value for that. So that's when they may not be very accurate in coming up with a value for your home. They tend to be more accurate when homes are turning over a lot in tract neighborhoods. So there's a lot of home sales, a lot of data for it to crunch and come up with a good average. And they tend to be more accurate when all the homes are similar in square footage, similar in year built, and are selling at similar prices. Where they're not very accurate is in custom home communities where there's a big difference in the price that the homes are selling, or maybe a big difference in square footage or age, or maybe in rural communities where homes maybe don't sell quite as often and there isn't as much turnover of homes. There just isn't as much data for these algorithms to look at to give you a very accurate valuation. So what I'm going to do today is take a look at 2 different properties over 4 different websites, and we're going to take a look at the different values that each of the websites give us and see how they compare. So let's dig into the numbers here and see what we find. Okay, so we're going to start on Zillow for a property in Canyon Lake. And this Canyon Lake, California is a custom home community. So this home is on the water. There's golf course homes in there. There's homes that were built in the 70s all the way up to the year 2018, 2019. There's a big difference in the style of homes, the square footage of homes. So this is an instance where the algorithm it struggles. It's not going to be very accurate a lot of times, and you're going to see a big difference, as I'm going to show you here, in the different websites that you go to. So looking at Zillow to start here, this property on Blue Teal that I've currently got for sale, Zillow thinks it's worth $656,000. If we go to Redfin, Redfin thinks it's worth $558,000. Okay, $558,789. So that's a $100,000 difference between Redfin and Zillow right there. On this third website we're going to look at, this is a website called GetHomeEstimate.com. $589 is what it thinks it's worth. So that's kind of in between the Zillow and the Redfin estimate. And then this last website, this is a property valuation tool on my Canyon Lake website, which is CanyonLakeHomesForSale.com. It thinks it's worth $545. So there's 4 different websites and 4 different home valuations. Now, big swing there, $100,000. If you were a property owner trying to figure out what your home was worth in Canyon Lake, you'd be pretty confused by now because they're all so different. You wouldn't be able to get an accurate estimate at all. So that's an example of a custom home community where the algorithm really struggles. Now let's take a look at this other property and see what we get. So in Las Vegas, I sold a home at the beginning of the year on Harrow Rock, and Zillow right now thinks that property is worth $500,754. And Redfin thinks it's worth $518,929. So that's an $18,000 swing between Zillow and Redfin. GetHomeEstimate.com thinks it's worth $524. And then I have a property valuation tool on my Las Vegas website, SummerlinHomeseekers.com. It's coming in at $507. So you've got a swing of $500 on the low end at Zillow and $524. So that's still a pretty big swing. It's more accurate than, say, it's a smaller swing, I should say, than the Canyon Lake a swing that we saw between those 4 websites, because this is a tract home community and the homes are similar in square footage, age, and similar in the price that they've sold. One thing that's interesting, though, about this neighborhood is all of the estimates are coming in higher than the homes are selling for. So this home, for instance, sold in January for $490. Zillow thinks it's worth $500. There's one here that sold in March for $519, and Zillow thinks it's worth $528. So even in a tract home neighborhood like that, these online home estimates can struggle sometimes to come up with accurate values. They're high in this case based on what the market thinks these homes are worth and what they're selling for. So you can see that instant online home valuations aren't always the most accurate representation of what your home is worth. Now, if you wanted to get a real accurate representation, the best thing to do would probably be to call an appraiser. Now, an appraiser is going to cost you some money, but they do this for a living, and they look at a lot of factors, not just what's going on around your home and the condition of the properties and the upgrades and the year built and the square footage and all that stuff, all the stuff that these online home valuations look at, but they also look at the market overall. Is the market trending up? Is the market trending down? So they're looking at a much bigger picture, and they're able to get a more accurate value for you that way. So if it was really important for you to get an accurate estimate of what your home is worth, an appraiser would be the way to go. The other thing you could do is you could call your real estate agent, if you've got one that you trust and you work with regularly, have them come over to the house and give you a comparable market analysis, which would not look at as much data as an appraiser, for instance, but would be able to look at all the things that these instant online home valuations can't take into account. So that would still be a more accurate valuation likely than what you're able to get online. So hopefully that clears up some confusion about these instant online home valuations and their accuracy or lack of accuracy. I appreciate you watching the video today, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.